we are progressing on our development. And how many people do we have online now? Okay, not too many, but we will hang on. Okay, we will start. We will have a recording of this. Okay, let's start. I believe we have a recording in place. Okay, we're gonna start off with telling, as usual, an outline of our general update, what we have been doing. I know we've been very quiet, but there's been a lot of developments behind the scene, and just so many things that we're doing. You know, is PINFTAGRAM, as you know, is the key utility project that we are going to be rolling out very shortly, and it's been quite a good. We've had quite good reception from investors and people in general. You know, the swap has been very popular as well. Obviously, you know, the market hasn't been very good, so this swap has kind of like helped the situation of the token price. Okay, we looked at the tokenomics of we've looked at the tokenomics and everything. So today I'm just going to start off with explaining to you the what is our whole agenda, what we're going to do, how it's going to work, you know, and hopefully you get a better understanding. But there weren't too many questions for the AMA. I guess a lot of people are waiting to see what's happening. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it. Sorry if I sound a bit tired. I am exhausted. Okay, a general update. We have given out five different NFTs that has been airdropped to you guys. The last one that has not been airdropped is the one that is for post sales. Okay, these NFTs is pretty significant. If you have an investor that has started with us from pre-sale to today, you would, and you have not made more than 50% sale, you would have probably received all these NFTs, and they're pretty significant. We decided to take a different approach from the traditional methods of giving out rewards to investors by reward tokens, by rebates, and all that. What we decided to do was to be a lot more generous than what you would get traditionally. And this is what we said about sharing the money pot, right? I know I've been talking a lot about minting pot, right? So what happened is I re-looked at how we work and decided that we will not only have we will allocate the shares into different percentages so that people, obviously the long-term investors, the loyal investors, will get more out of it, right? So because they are going to have a X quantity number of shares, and the basic structure of this is that the whole ethos of the investor NFT is to give you a program, will give you rewards and incentives to all our loyal investors. So it all comes in different structure, different share point system. And as you may have noticed, especially the ones who are in our private group will know that the NFTs comes in different values. The different quantity of shares and the value of one share will change. Okay, what do I mean by the value of one share will change? Because what happens is that this share value is calculated monthly based on the income, right? So we will have income that is accumulated in the money pot, and it will be divided into the number of NFTs that has been that is given out, okay, and also based on the number of tokens that you own. So this airdrop value will be announced every month or even weekly, depending on the frequency will be determined by our development team, because obviously to do an airdrop for a $1,000 money pot will be quite different from doing an airdrop from $1 million money pot, right? So we're not going to announce when we are going to do this kind of thing, and so the airdrop is obviously going to be announced very sorry, we're not gonna announce when exactly we're gonna do it, and we're just gonna go ahead and do it, right? So yep, that's the investor NFT. Okay, the thing that everybody's really excited and really want to know is what is the tokenomics. The tokenomics is out. My colleague is gonna show up. PINFTAGRAM tokenomics is gonna be, it's slightly different from traditional tokenomics once again. The reason because is we are not, PINFTAGRAM is not like a traditional token. You can only buy PINFTAGRAM token from swapping with WTF. You will see now that the tokenomics is going to be released. We decided to keep the supply at 21 million inspired by Bitcoin. And we have as usual, a private sale token swap. People who are at tier 1, there's 4 different tiers. Tier 1, we differentiate tier 1 in 2 different ways. Tier 1 pre-sale investors, tier 1 post-launch investors. Now, the pre-sale investors, I know you guys have been very supportive and really been amazing. You know, we have decided to do the swap at 150 pentagram to 1 WTF. So on that basis, it's really a lot more than what you will get. You know, even it's more than what you paid for a pre-sale actually, because pentagram is packed at $1, right? And on top of that, you will see that pre-sale investors get 4 specific types of NFTs. We have the PAG, which is the Pentagram Avant-Garde, the PPG, Pentagram Pioneer Gold, and the blue and the bronze. Okay, what is this different types of NFT? I will explain as I go along in a short while. The post-launch investors only get the Pentagram Pioneer Gold and bronze, right, under tier 1. Tier 2 are people who bought and swapped after the launch at a later date. So they will also get the Pioneer Gold and the Pioneer Bronze. And the bronze, sorry, not Pioneer Bronze. Tier 3 will also get the Pentagram Pioneer. Tier 3 should be Pentagram Pioneer Blue and Bronze. And same with for tier 4 is the platinum and the bronze, right? So these allocation of share is explained in detail in our white paper. So if you get a chance, please go take a look. Right, the exchange rate, as I said, is it's $1. This is a controlled exchange rate. Okay, we're controlling the price of pentagram. Primarily because we are really tired of these dumps and problems and all that. So trading will be on TiggerDAX. A very basic form of TiggerDAX will be released very soon, as obviously after the drop, so that you can do the swaps. Okay, and because of this very high rate of exchange, we're very mindful of people doing a dump once again. So any transfer between wallets of when we airdrop to you, there will be a transfer tax. So my advice to you is please do not do transfers and keep it in the wallet that you have, right? There's going to be a buy tax, there's going to be a sell tax, as in any token that you have. And there's also going to be a maximum sell per day. Again, this is to prevent dumping, right? We are learning lessons from the past, and we just want to make sure that it doesn't have any more problems that we had in the past, right? Invest a lot of people who speculators, I would say, who play the market are a lot smarter than we are in how they do the dumping. So we're trying to make sure we cover that. Okay, so this is the tokenomics. So what's the business model? How do we actually make money? What is our plan on making money, right? Because essentially you got to make money to be able to pay all these rewards that we're giving to people. So primarily our revenue model for PINFTAGRAM, that'll be the next slide. The revenue model is we have, when I first started this idea of minting pot, okay, the initial idea was that the share you will get is only in the minting pot, right? So after that, when we decided to expand our revenue model, we thought, okay, let's be a little bit more generous. Besides the minting fees, we're going to give you a share in the partnership. We're going to give you a share in the royalties. We're going to give you a share in the marketplace. So every form of revenue that will come through PINFTAGRAM, a part of it will be shared into this money pot, which is why I changed the terminology from minting pot to money pot, because it's not just the minting fees that you guys are going to get a share. It's going to be a share in all our different revenue models. And obviously, PINFTAGRAM is built to have multiple revenue models, right? So this really greatly expand the potential revenue that you will receive from this this product. Now, what is the business model for the what's the distribution model? So we know where we're going to make the money now. How are we going to distribute the funds, right? So the revenue distribution, which in other words the money pot, is going to be distributed in the what we see on the screen here, the PINFTAGRAM token holders, meaning people who buy and hold our PINFTAGRAM tokens, will have 25% of the money pot will go into this. All right. The NFT shares will get 10% of it will go to the NFT shares. Now, in the previous slide that you saw, there was a PINFTAGRAM Avant-Garde. The Avant-Garde is the original pre-sale investor of WTF. So what's going to happen is, because as we are grateful for your support, what we decided to do is to take 10% of the revenue and put it into a special pot called the PAG pot. And for 12 months, this group of people who are holding the PAG card will get a share in that money pot. So this is going to add up, because there's only a very small group of people that actually have the Avant-Garde card, because these guys are the ones that are the investors, right? I know one question that's come up. So how do you distribute? Does it mean everybody get the same? No, it doesn't mean that. It's going to be distributed based on the number of tokens that you have as well, right? Because I have to be fair. I can't give one wallet that have one share the same as people who have 100 shares, right? But as I said, this is uh, a show of our appreciation, and it is only for 12 months, okay? It's not forever. So we are gonna give out this this money pot of 10% to the PAG NFT holders for 12 months, and I believe it's gonna be a hell of a lot of income for this group of people. And the more PINFTAGRAM tokens that you hold, the more you will get from this share, right? If you can reach out to our team members, our core team and moderators for more details if you are not clear about this. Okay, so 30% is going to go to the treasury. What do I mean by that? Our treasury is going to be a very unique situation. Now, the idea of having a treasury is like having some kind of a backing, okay? Because, as in a stable currency are backed by US dollars. So we are trying to create some kind of backing for our PINFTAGRAM token to ensure that it is cash rich, basically. So this is our treasury is going to hold 30% of our income, and whatever income that comes in is going to go to the treasury. The idea is to back the PINFTAGRAM token to ensure that it is worth what it is supposed to be worth. 10% goes to our team tokens, okay, and 5% goes to PINFOP, which is our charity arm. We hope to do more charity work as you can only afford to do charity when you can afford it. So we're building a fund for that, and 10% goes to our admin and marketing. So this is the basically what the revenue model is all about. If you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out to our team. Now, one thing I want to talk about is we talk about minting fees. This is a subject that we have been talking about for a while. What it actually means is that for every NFT that is minted, there's going to be a minting fee of $1, which is basically 1 pentagram, and that is that revenue that we're talking about. But what we haven't talked about is the partnership, the royalties, and NFT marketplace. So it's kind of hard for a person to visualize what is it, what do we mean by partnership? What do we mean by royalties? What do we mean by marketplace? So the team went to the drawing board and decided what we need to do is to have a partnership in place to explain and show as a showcase of what it's about. And obviously, as if you guys have done any business in your life or any are involved in any kind of client relationship, you will appreciate that to get your first client is always the most difficult, right? Because you don't have any track records, any history of it. So what we decided to do is that we decided to make a showcase of what a partnership is about, because our team of marketing people are going out to look for partners. And one of the first questions that is always asked is, do you have a showcase? Right? So it's almost very difficult to expect someone to be a guinea pig when you don't have a showcase. So what we decided to do was we decided to create a partnership showcase with PINFTAGRAM, right? So a partnership showcase with PINFTAGRAM, whereby we show how this whole concept works. Okay, so when we went back to the drawing board, we decided how are we going to do that? How are we going to show this partnership showcase? We looked at our roadmap and all the things that we're going to do, all the things that we said we're going to do in the next 12 months. We found a very interesting product, which is the perfect showcase for our PINFTAGRAM partnership. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm very pleased to introduce to you guys our first partnership program. Okay, PINFTAGRAM will launch our first partnership program, and it's going to be the 2022 FIFA vs World Cup. Right, very exciting stuff. This is something that has been keeping our Bunny Master very busy. He is leading the project with our design team on this. So this showcase of the partnership program is basically going to be an NFT marketplace platform powered by PINFTAGRAM. There's going to be a token for trading within the platform. There's going to be a gaming platform for people to play. We're not going to have betting, but we're going to have gaming where people can guess the outcome of games within the World Cup, right? As you know, World Cup is a very popular game event that's coming at the end of the year, and we're gonna be doing this with this project called FIFAverse. Now, how does this affect everything, right? So to give you an overview, we have done kind of like I haven't had time to draw in a much nicer way. So this is a very simplistic view of the whole map, and we name it PINFTAGRAM Metaverse. Okay, PINFTAGRAM Metaverse is going to be our metaverse, whereby the FIFAverse will fall under one of this program. Okay, so obviously we know that World Cup happens once every 4 years, but we wanted to have a football village. So the football village will be called FIFAverse in this case, and it's going to be part of the whole metaverse, right? Even if it's not the World Cup, it will evolve into a football village, right? Because as you know, it's a year-round game, right? Within the FIFAverse, we're gonna release a legal token. Okay, I'm sure. I wonder how many of you know what is a legal. A liga is the offspring of a lion, male lion, and a female tiger. So their offsprings are called ligas. So we decided to create a legal token, and this legal token will be used within the FIFAverse, right? And remember, this is a partnership with PINFTAGRAM, right? So within the legal FIFAverse, we have legal token, which is going to be the ones that produce the the cards. When I talk about cards, obviously I'm talking about the NFTs, right? So we're going to produce a series of NFTs under the FIFAverse, and we're going to have legal play, which is a play system, a very complex way of letting people guess the number of goals, who's going to win the World Cup, who's going to be in the semifinal, and all the different teams. The Bunny Master will be in a much better position to explain to you about this than I am. But basically, the idea is that we're going to have a NFT system, and we're going to have a gaming system, and the people who purchase the NFTs cards are going to be available for sale. Just like now, we go to any shopping websites, Amazon, Walmart, whatever, you will see a lot of football cards being sold, right? So we are going to have a NFT football cards, and these cards are going to be available for people to buy basically you can buy the cards to there are different reasons why you would buy the cards. You have the global cards, they have the team cards. There's a group of people who buy because I support, I don't know, Argentina team or the England team or Brazil team. I'm a football supporter. I just want to buy those cards. There are this group of people, and there are the group of people that will buy because basically they know that buying these cards will have this value, right? And I'm going to explain to you a little bit more about this. There is going to be a gaming platform where we will allow people to play. We're not going to have betting because you need a different license for it. So it's not betting, it's going to be gaming. You can guess the number of goals, all the different criteria. More details will come out soon. So this is going to be a gaming platform. People will pay to play, and the trading cards, people will buy the cards, And whatever funds that is generated from this play system and the trading card system is gonna be the play system. Obviously, the winners will have some kind of gains, right? So a portion of it will go into the money pot. Now, this money pot is different from PINFTAGRAM money pot. This money pot is our money pot for this Fifaverse. We will have a money pot for Fifaverse, whereby this money pot will be distributed to the trading cards holders. So people who buy the NFTs, your NFT is just not just for fun. You will earn a share, and you will earn a reward from the money pot, right? And if you go back to the previous slide, one of the questions that people will ask is, so what's in it for PINFTAGRAM holder? What's in it for WTF holder? Right? If you look at the Pintapoly metaverse, you will see that Legal Play will pay a royalty to PINFTAGRAM, because we are going to be minting a lot of cards. But we decided that instead of just paying $1 minting fee, what PINFTAGRAM will get is Legal Play will pay a share of every NFT that they sell, right, to PINFTAGRAM. So it's more than just $1. PINFTAGRAM will make from this royalty. And obviously, the royalty is going to go to the PINFTAGRAM money pot for distribution, and people can go to TiggerDAX to swap to WTF, right? So it's all back into the ecosystem, but in a different way from the original plan, because we have to expand it and make it more interesting for people, right? So what's this NFT cards that we are talking about? Our design team and Bunny Master have worked together to come up with a gorgeous set of designs that we're gonna give you a preview of some of the cards that's gonna be available. These cards, some of them will be available for sale almost as soon as we get the ball rolling. As you can see, they're really very, very, very gorgeous looking cards. The whole series, the number of countries we have, Bunny Master will share with you the number of countries that we will release for. We will have, there's 32 countries, sorry, my mind is all over the place. There's going to be 32 countries and of cards. So you can see in this picture that we have just shown on the screen, it says there's going to be 32 country cards, and each country, I believe, has 23 players. Okay, so yeah, 23 players, correct. So 32 countries and 23 players. You can see on the right hand side there's 2 player cards, right? So we're going to have 32 country cards, and each country with 23 players, and these cards will be available for sale. And some of the cards obviously will be rare cards, and some of it will be more common cards, you know. So the first batch that we're going to be releasing will be the country cards, and all these NFTs will be put in a collection folder. The collection folder is for people to obviously buy the whole collection. As you know, these are for people who have the hobbies, you know, and want to collect all these cards. But it's not just for hobbies, because when you collect the cards, you will earn a share in the money pot. And we will create more ways of having benefits along the way, but I think you get the gist of it. Okay, so the price of the ranges of cards has not been defined in finally, but it can be as little as $30 per card. Okay, and how it's going to work is that, if, for example, if I buy a country card as $30, okay, the price is pegged at 30 BUSD. but you will pay in legal tokens, right? So legal tokens, the equivalent of USD $30, of which a certain percentage will be paid to PINFTAGRAM. It could be 10%, it could be 20%. It hasn't been finalized. If let's say it's 10%, it means it's $3. It's gonna go to the PINFTAGRAM money pot. So if you get your number, if you work out the numbers, this could add up, right? Because we're talking about quite a lot of cards here. And obviously, one of the questions you're gonna have is, how are we gonna do the marketing? Of course, there's gonna be very aggressive marketing for this project, right? And we are okay. So this partnership with Pentagram, Legal Play is a partnership. However, we are creating Legal Play as an independent token, right? Even because it is a partnership, it is not part of the whole. It is not the. It's not a spin-off of Pentagram. Remember, this is a showcase of how it's going to work. So we will be releasing legal token as a token available for sale, and we will. A lot of things will be happening. We are going to release this, and Pentagram token holders and the WTO token holders will be invited. Sorry, our private sale will be invited into the private sale. There is going to be a limited number of tokens available. Let me share with you the tokenomics. Okay, so we will be, Legal Play will be an independent token. It will be listed on PancakeSwap. Pentagram token holders will be invited to our private sale. 30% will be available to private sale. 20% we will be doing a second pre-sale, and followed by launching it to the public. And so legal tokens will be the currency that you use to buy on Legal Play NFT platform, and of course for the gaming system, right? We are going to have an initial supply. As you can see, this is going to be another rebase token, and it's going to be, the price at launch will be 0.001 cent. We will have a more reasonable APY of 88,888, right? So you're talking about a daily interest rate of 1.88, right? We will open this up to our titanium group of people for the private sale. And as you can see from the details there, the liquidity is 40%, 20% will be used for marketing of this project, and the admin is 10%. Again, treasury is 30%. Treasury is very important, as in any project. You got to have liquidity, you got to have funds to run the project. So this is our overall plan. The details are all that. This tokenomics is inspired by the recent tokenomics that has been a little bit more successful with in the market today. There is a project that was that was successful. I believe some of you may have heard of it, called LockPay. But of course, we are not copying the contract. What we're doing is that we looked at different contracts and we see what works, and we are making a version that works for us. And of course, from all the lessons that we've learned, and we're gonna make this into a much bigger success than you would see on the other project, primarily because this is going to be the precursor to launching the NFTs for the World Cup. So we're actually really excited because we expect the World Cup NFTs to be very, very popular, and you need to have bigger tokens to buy the NFTs, right? So the idea is that the roadmap, the final roadmap is that we will have This is, I'm gonna share with you a basic outline of what's gonna happen um, the next couple of, next week or so, I suppose. We are going to release the platform, the PINFTAGRAM platform. We are going to airdrop the PINFTAGRAM tokens and distribute to all the people who have bought our tokens. I highly recommend that you hold the tokens because you're going to make a lot of money, a lot more money from holding and getting the rewards than even trying to swap and sell. Because by virtue of the fact that all these things that we're going to be releasing, right? And we're going to release out the Legal Play Marketplace preview, where this Legal Play Marketplace is a subset of PINFTAGRAM Marketplace, because this is where you're going to be buying your World Cup NFTs, right? And we're going to be doing a legal token private sale, and obviously a public launch. And Legal Play Marketplace will open. We purchase with buying the NFTs with legal tokens. The first priority of buying the NFTs will, of course, be given to our Titanium group, right? If you feel that you're entitled to be part of the Titanium group, you can reach out to Bunny Master and tell him why you should be in the Titanium group. So these guys are going to have first priority to get the NFTs. There will be limited quantities, right? So if you want to buy the England card and it's already sold out, you can beg somebody else to sell it to you, you know. But I'm sure it's very unlikely that anybody will want to sell it to you, because England is quite a popular team, you know. So basically, that's the gist of the what we're gonna do. There was a lot of people wondering, asking, sending messages to our team asking us, so what's gonna happen with the PINFTAGRAM token? I think I've answered most of the questions here. The idea of the rewards, you know, I know it's not obvious that you're gonna make money from it, but believe me, once the marketplace is live, and that's precisely why we are launching the World Cup, because we believe the World Cup NFT cards is going to be it's going to be very popular, right? So that is going to be our revenue model on top of the trading, right? So by people buying these cards, that gives revenue to the whole ecosystem, right? So aside from this, of course, we have other ideas of releasing the different NFTs. We have quite a few other initiatives that we're going to do, but we can only do so much at a time. So this is our intention for now, and that's what we're going to do, right? So I know some people were asking about the referrals that we had. We had this referral program for the pre-sale. We've not forgotten about you. In fact, the referrals numbers are ready. We are just toying with the idea of possibly giving out the referral tokens in PINFTAGRAM to see what actually makes sense. Because one of the reasons why we have been hesitant about releasing it is that there were quite a number of people who dumped on us who also are so-called entitled to these referrals, right? So we're hesitant about giving out those, but we haven't forgotten about you. We're doing something about it. All right, it will be done, and there will be some form of uh, benefits to those people who initially referred to us. Right. So that's it for now. If you've got any questions, I'm opening up the floor. You're welcome to ask questions. Please raise your hand. Does anybody have any questions? We don't have many people joining us today. Wow. Okay, we don't have any questions. I guess it's quite clear what we have said. Well, you are welcome to DM me or the team if you have any things that you want to clarify. But most of what we have said is already quite clear, and we are very transparent in how we work. Okay, so you are always welcome to reach out to us if you have anything to ask, or any of the teams, to do that. We have shared the slides, and I will try to share more information as I go along to the whole team. As I said, once again, if you feel that you could be in the titanium group, please reach out to Bunny Master. Or if you have any ideas and suggestions, we've had some amazing ideas from some of our investors. We have a pretty strong investor community, I must say. And we listen to whatever ideas that's been provided, and we try to incorporate if we can, you know. And one last thing, I've just been reminded, tier 4 is still open for the swap. If you want to swap to PINFTAGRAM from your WTF, you can choose to buy the 1 BNB for the tier 4 and do the swap. Yeah. So if you have no other questions, I will wrap up for today. Thank you very much.